A very good morning to my dear student. Hope you are doing well. You are fit and fine. Welcome to my class. So today we'll be discussing with the topic capital formation and entrepreneur. So before going through our today's topic, let me go to the flashback. So what we have done in our previous class. So in our previous class we have completed the meaning of capital, the characteristics of capital, as well as the types of capital. Okay, so whatever is being taught, it is totally based on the revised or reduced syllabus. The council has reduced the syllabus once again. Okay, the council has reduced the syllabus once again. So in this interval, the council has reduced twice. The council has reduced the syllabus twice. So please don't go through the old syllabus. Whatever old syllabus is there, don't go through that. Just go through the new syllabus. So if you have purchased the new book from the school, you can find it out that the syllabus has been totally changed. It is based on the newer syllabus. The chapters are less. The chapters are decreased, as well as everything is reduced. On the base of the new syllabus, the book has been published. And if you have your old book, then you might face some difficulty in turning the page, which section to omit, which section not to omit. But if you are purchasing your new book, so totally it is based on the new syllabus. Okay, if you are having the new book, it is quite fine. But if you are having old book, so please take all the relevant syllabus. Whatever is there in the syllabus, you can go through that only. Okay, you can visit our council site and you can download the PDF of all the subject, reduce syllabus of all the subject. Okay, and follow the syllabus. Okay, don't study randomly, just follow the step, go according to the reduced syllabus. Okay, so now let us come to our today's topic. That is, two topics we will be discussing: capital formation and entrepreneur. So capital formation, okay, capital and formation, it is also called as capital accumulation. When you accumulate the capital, okay, accumulate means adding to the stock. Okay, so capital formation, you can see, it is the process of adding the stock of capital over time. Okay, means increase in the capital stock. Increase in the capital stock. When the capital good is increased within your stock, it is called as capital formation. So let me define with the help of an example. Okay, suppose you are the owner of an industry. You are an entrepreneur of an industry. So you have established industry. So you are having machineries, first setup. So within 1 year, you are having a great success. You are having a great success. So you are very happy. You have earned a good profit. So next year, what are you going to do? Next year, you install one more machinery. One more machinery you will install within the industry, so that more production can be there, and you have ample of finance, so that you can install machinery. So you have installed next year also, and next year also you have earned a good profit because the production has increased. Okay, you have earned a good profit, and again in the next year you will install two more machineries. Yes, because you have earned a good amount of profit. So this way, when you increase the amount of capital machineries within your industry, it is termed as capital formation. It is known as capital formation. Okay, the process of adding capital stock, okay, capital stock over time, it is called as capital formation. Okay, let us see on the blackboard the definition. Capital formation refers to the process of adding to the stock of capital. See here, adding to the stock of capital over time. Remember this, adding to the stock of capital over time. This is very, very important. Okay, adding to the stock of capital over time. It is known as capital formation. Understood? Means when you add more and more capital within a stock, it is called as capital formation. In simple term. Okay? So this is what capital formation. Now let's come to an entrepreneur. Who are known as entrepreneurs here. An entrepreneur is one. An entrepreneur is one, okay, I have given point wise, okay, who organizes production. He is the one who organizes all the production activities. An entrepreneur. Without entrepreneur, nothing is possible. Okay, he organizes all the production activities, purchasing of raw materials, okay, purchasing of machineries and all, okay, everything is managed by him. All the factors of production, there are 4 factors of production: land, labor, capital, and entrepreneur. Entrepreneur is the last point. Okay, so all the factors of production, 3 factors of production are managed by him. He controls all the 3. Without him, everything will remain idle. If entrepreneur is not there, then nothing is possible, because he is the one to finance. Okay, so without entrepreneur, nothing is possible. So entrepreneur brings everything alive. If land is there, if land is staying idle, then entrepreneur, if entrepreneur is there, then entrepreneur can utilize the land. If labor is there sitting idle, then entrepreneur will come, he can hire the labor. If capital is there not sold, then entrepreneur can come and purchase the capital and bring it in use. So for everything, the entrepreneur, okay, an entrepreneur is required. So entrepreneur is the one who organizes production activities. Next point, manages a business. He is the one who manages the business also. All the business activities are regulated by him only. Okay, all the business activities are regulated by him. So he regulates which person to where to keep. Okay, on the base of the person, on the base of the skill, he gives the task. He organizes all the production activities. Okay, he ascertains the profits and losses. So everything are done by him. So manages a business. So all the important decisions are taken by him only. He takes all the important decisions of the business. All the important and very, very vital decisions are taken by an entrepreneur. Nobody else can take. So he is the one. He is the sole responsible to take the decision, a vital decision of the business. Okay, next, he hires the factors of production. As I have told in the first point itself, he hires all the factors of production. Okay, land, labor, capital. Without him, nothing is possible. Okay, and the last, he bears all the risk of the business. If there is any loss, then he suffers the loss, and if there is any profit, then he enjoys the profit. So all the risks are beared by an entrepreneur. Okay, so this is what, okay, the definition of entrepreneur. So when the definition of entrepreneur is asked, okay, you can write, an entrepreneur is one who organizes production, manages a business, takes important decisions, hires factors of production, and bears all the risk of the business. Okay, this way you can write. I have given point wise. Okay, you can just give comma and you can write the definition. Okay, for you to make it simple, I have written point wise. Okay, this is the definition only. Okay, no need to go for explanation. I will explain you, but no need to go for explanation. You can just, okay, write, okay, just dissolve by giving the comma. An entrepreneur is one who organizes production, manages a business, takes important decision, hires factors of production, and bears all the risk of the business. This much is enough if you are writing the definition of an entrepreneur. Okay, so this is what capital formation means, by adding stock of capital over time. This is the capital formation, and entrepreneur is here. 5 points are here. Organizes production, manages, okay, a business, takes decision, hires factors of production, and bears all the risk of the business. This much. Okay. So hope you have understood. Thank you for attending today's class.